it doesn't really, like he was saying at the very beginning, it's always about your profit and the resources put forward that determines the value of what you're doing. Is it worth it for me to be doing this? Like, for instance, let's just say a ceramic coating that's taking you 10 hours to do. Okay, it took me 10 hours to do the ceramic coating. I got this amount of money. Was that worth it? Not just was it, most people go, oh yeah, it was worth it. I got paid this amount of money. Was it worth the opportunity cost that you could have been doing something else? Was it worth the wear and tear on your body? Was it worth maybe the manual labor you had to pay for? Like, it's not just about the dollar. And I think people don't know how to look past that. They're like, well, I brought in this. It's like, first of all, what you're bringing in is one thing. What you're keeping is another. And that's where he kind of talks about stuff. And a lot of people talk about this, and that's all like lifestyle choice. You know, how much are you actually keeping? And how much are you working? Like, that's also a big factor where he's like, if you're working X amount of time, then you're devaluing yourself and it makes it not worth it at some point. And he knew even, okay, well, I scaled to this point, but at this point,
he figured out that number fast.
Yeah, I don't have to scale past this, because if I scale past this, there's exponential amount of problems now and points of failure that can occur that I'm not in that threshold yet. And this will kind of push me over the top where it's like, okay, now I have to dedicate everything to pretty much maintenance and maintaining and staff oversight in those things. But he's like, also, it's not worth the additional money that's going to bring in. Yes, I'll be profiting a little bit more, but is it worth all of that work? Like,